George, speaking of tech issues, we want to turn to a little bit of a different story. That is that Mozilla is betting that nonprofits should own AI, not rent it. And George, to steer Mozilla's AI efforts, particularly their open source AI efforts, including managing Firefox, its venture capital fund, etc., they are launching a new nonprofit called Mozilla.org, which will sit above all of this work. And the idea here, George, is to create kind of an infrastructure for AI that's a little more open than in the past, and potentially challenge the monopoly that other AI companies have had.
Yeah, I think this is an exciting move. And also, kind of with that, in the past week, there has been a model, an open source model from a Chinese company that is called GLM 5.2. And it performs essentially at the level that like Anthropic's previous model, Opus 4.7, 4.8-ish does, and ChatGPT's like 5.4, 5.5-ish does from an artificial intelligence benchmarking standpoint. Personally, I've started to use the model hosted in a safe environment. So not going directly from the ZAI source, which could potentially be using my prompts and inputs, but rather when we talk about an open source weighted model, the truth is you can put it on a AWS server. I could put it on a box sitting right on my desk, assuming I had spent tens of thousands of dollars on that box. But I can then also rent boxes that are in the US, things that I pay the bills for, that I trust, and then I can run this model on. And I think this is kind of what we're pointing at. And it's exciting, especially in right now, where we've got the US officially blocking models, access to intelligence based on citizenship, based on whim, based on who paid off the right people in the administration. And in that world, I'm very excited about being able to sort of own and craft my own model for my own reasons with my privacy. And I know there are also like macro security concerns about this type of thing, but in the game that I'm watching, I'm trying to be careful not to go all in with any one company, because I don't trust any one company. I do trust all of them to compete in a market and produce the best possible thing. And so I'm being very careful with the like, hey, sign only up into Anthropic, and this is the only people that you can trust. And by the way, we think it's okay to add spyware to Chinese users because that's what we believe is true. Trust us. We know what'll happen. Or the Sam Altmans of the world over at OpenAI being like, hey, we're a nonprofit, but actually we're a for-profit, and we'll, take money from wherever and use data how we will choose to use. Like, there are problems anywhere you look. So I'm trying not to go all in. I'm very excited about this open source movement. I'm very old school in love with Mozilla, the Mozilla Foundation, and I think they have always tried to build in an open source way. And I do in large part credit them in my early career for creating the types of open source tools that let me learn full stack development and understand how things worked. So excited to see where they go in conjunction with some of these new, very powerful open source tools.
Yep. George, I think that's a perfect analysis. And something everyone can take away from this is we need to be thinking about alternatives. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket just yet, because the basket keeps changing.
Anyone who signed up for a nonprofit Microsoft 360 account and assumed that would be a safe place to go, a year ago, they rug pulled the entire nonprofit program there and started charging on a per user basis, and while removing the security promises that layered onto that 360 program. So again, shop around.